Well, hi there. And today I want to share from Ezekiel chapter 1, verse 28 to chapter 2, verse 1, just over the end of the chapter. This was the appearance of the likeness of the glory of the Lord. So when I saw it, I fell on my face, and I heard a voice of one speaking. And he said to me, Son of man, stand on your feet, and I will speak to you. This verse describes the first vision that Ezekiel saw. It describes how God made him to be a prophet in 4 steps. I saw, I fell, I heard, I stood. This pattern is repeated in all of God's servants in one way or another. It takes but a moment of revelation for a person to become a servant of God. Each one has had a revelation of the greatness of God and is a witness of things that are unseen and unknown by the natural man. The effect of God's glory is to cause us to fall as dead at the feet of the Lord. As we lie there, we discover that our whole world has changed in a moment of time. There are no more arguments when we have seen him. And in a second, we become witnesses, not apologists, people who argue in defense of the truth of the gospel. They're great, but we are now witnesses, not just apologists. To lie prostrate in worship is the place of transformation in our thinking and our living. It is also the place where our ears are unblocked. As a radio is tuned to different frequencies, so our hearts must be tuned to hear the voice of the Lord. It is as we spread our lives before him that we become aware of the voice of the Spirit. The last step in Ezekiel's preparation was to stand before the Lord. Ezekiel was to have revelations and spiritual experiences, but he was going to have to rise up and hear the word for others. Standing before God was the first step in presenting the Lord to his people and of learning to intercede for them. Ezekiel was called in the darkest hour of Israel's history, and he was called to be a beacon of hope to a fallen nation. He prophesied that Israel would return to the land and Messiah would come as promised. The mark of every true witness is a burning hope that cannot die. Later, Ezekiel had a prophetic vision of the valley of dry bones. That vision sums up his experience in this chapter and his entire prophetic ministry. The person who has met with God has a message to speak to the dead and bring them back to life. God bless you.